Hi everyone, this is Chronicle. I'm going to talk about the Dark Elemental units on this video, and it's been some time that I never post any Elemental rankings since last year, I think. And then please take note, I only go through some of the characters that I usually use, plus Job Plus unit and Limited unit, and some of the potential of the unit that will have the Job Plus in future. Okay, let's go. Sa ikimashou. Okay, this will be the first character I'm going to talk about, Dios, and he's a main character from the main story, and his ranking is about this. Anyway, he's a very powerful physical attacker, but his physical defense and magic defense is very weak, as well as his HP is not so high. So you need to be careful about the enemy's attack, otherwise he's really very powerful attacker. And somehow he's a free unit. You can hunt his shards from the main story hard quest, and for each day, you can hunt 9 shards for every quest. So if the hard quest is times 2 drop rate or times 3, total will be 18 or 27. So compared to the 5-star, 4-star unit, he's much more easy to train. Other than some of the free unit, you can easily max everything with 1 day, since you can keep hunting the shards without any limit. And then about the dual skill, it's very recommended to use this skill and this skill. Yeah, this 2 skill is very powerful, especially once you use this skill, it increases the critical damage. After that, you use this skill, the damage will be further increased. Yeah, and it permanently increases the slash attack. As well as you also can use this skill to drain the opponent HP, and it enhances the enemy defense. And then with the other skill. And same goes to the side ability. This skill is also very good. It only applies to the 3 turns, but it increases his physical attack speed and critical and accuracy and sword, and with the guts. So it's not really that bad, and with some powerful attacks, moving skill and random 3 hit skill. And then what's more is, the reaction ability is also very good. Even though it's only for 1 turn, it increases his sword attack and critical rate, and can be stacked 3 times. And there's no range limit, and it's 100% animation. So once he activates this reaction ability for 3 times, his main ability skill, last skill, will be very powerful, and with the critical damage is even powerful. So I highly recommend to train Dios, but then you need to unlock his 3rd job, and with the requirement everything, and once you unlock his 3rd job, you are good to go. And the mementos is free for the 5-star, and this is a 4-star mementos. So basically he's also very easy to train as well. And then for the next character is Blanchett. And she is a free unit you can hunt from her event, and then she has a job plus as well, and her ranking is about this. Anyway, she is an evasion attacker. As you can see, her default evasion rate is this high, and then the mementos also increase the evasion, as well as her main ability, this skill, and this skill also increase the evasion when she activates the berserk status. So as long as either you use this skill or this skill, she'll be very powerful. And then also increase her critical damage and speed and reaction block. And then if the opponent has any berserk status, the damage power increase for these 2 skills. Same goes to the reaction ability. Also increase the damage when she has the berserk status or enemy have the berserk status. Yeah, this reaction ability counter attack is also very powerful, and it is a first strike dark slash attack with the property of critical. But the range is only 1, so beware. As well as her normal attack, this one, the normal attack damage increase when she has the berserk status or enemy has the berserk status or both. As well as she's also very good against the beast unit, Maju, especially against the wolf, those kind of monster. So basically, if you are fighting those enemies is a wolf, or the raid boss is a wolf, or the beast, the damage can be very high. As well as she has the Holy Barrier, so she can use the charge times 3 for the higher damage. But then, her only weak point is, if the opponent is using the 100% hit, she may die very easily. Yeah, other than that, she is very godly. Okay, next is Natsuki Sabaru. And he's a collaboration unit from the ReZero anime or novel, and then he's also a free unit as well. And his ranking is about this. Anyway, he's a support unit plus evasion and tank 2 in 1. And then why did I say he's very good in tank? His defense is not really that high, yeah, you see, it's very low, but he's quite good in tank in some way, because this support ability, if you ask me, is really very cheap. He can revive up to 3 times when he get kills, and each time when he revive, if the opponent is using slash attack, the slash evasion and slash resistance greatly increase. If the opponent is using the magic attack and kills Sabaru, it will be magic evasion up and magic resistance up. So basically, depending on which enemy kills him, the evasion and resistance greatly up. Yeah, this is one thing. Second thing is, if you have this limited mementos, as you can see this BG ability, for the 3 turns, his evasion greatly increase. So basically when he get kills, another 3 turns evasion up, and when he get kills again, another 3 turns evasion up, and with the slash evasion up or magic evasion up or anything. Yeah, so basically for the 3 turns, his evasion is really very high. And then there's one more evasion, is from the Ration ability. It is only applies to the non-type attack. The probability of complete evasion is very high. It's more than 50%, I think. So basically if the opponent is using the non-type attack, it is almost 100% evade. At the same time, he is also very good in support your unit, like for example, if you have any other ReZero character like Emilia or Ram, it will further increase the overall attack and reduce the dual cost for them, and with the HP regen, as well as he also have the target provoke whole map. It's the same as the Naofumi. And then there's one more buff. Even though it only applies to the beast monster, the overall buff is increased by 200. It's a lot for 3 turns, and it is an AoE buff. So if you are fighting against a raid boss that is a beast, the damage increase a lot. Yeah, especially for Bran or Red. Yeah, both of the character is a beast killer. So Sabaru is also one of the character I also highly recommended to train him. Same goes to the Bran and Dios. Yeah, all of that is very good as a free character. And then next is Mia, and she's a 4-star unit with the Job Plus, and her ranking is about this. Anyway, right now she is the most powerful magic attacker for the Dark Elemental units besides the limited, like Soul, Nero or Quench, those kind of character. Some more she is a 4-star. As well as she has a recently adjustment from the New Year, I think, and with the New Year mementos, it's also very powerful for her. Well, it increases the speed and attack and defense and the skill usage. Yeah, it's very good. But the best part is this BG ability. Yeah, this 2 is only for Ira. This BG ability is for Mia and Ira. And it increases her magic attack and dex buff. Means when you using Letitia, magic buff, the magic attack will be further increased by 50% or 100% if I'm not wrong. And it's a permanent buff. As well as if you have her own memento skill, this one, this is a magic attack times 2. So it becomes 2.5 or times 3. And then this skill, instead of 2 times, you can use 3 times. Yeah, with the mementos. So it's also very good. And then for this weapon, she also can drain the enemy magic attack for 2 turns. And then with the main ability, from the last one, it increases her magic attack and casting time for 3 turns. And also if the opponent have the magic attack down, the damage increase. So basically if you are using the magic drain, it is also a debuff as well. And then her side ability is also not so bad. She can inflict any enemy with poison status, bind status or death status. Yeah, and if the opponent have any bad status, the damage increase. So basically this skill is very good for some PvP and some of the hell quests. So in short, she may be one of the best magic attacker for 4-star unit and even some of the 5-star unit. But then, if you really want to use her, try to get both of the mementos, so that she will be very powerful. Okay, next is Kudanstein, and then he is a normal unit from the Holy Knights, and he is also one of the main characters from the Sacred Stone, and his overall ranking is something like this. Okay, he's one of the very powerful physical attacker. As you can see, the physical attack is about this high, and then the defense is very low. So he is almost the same as Zahar and Dio's. He is very easy to get kills. But then, his overall damage is very powerful when you use the Charge Time 5 Holy Barrier. And then right now he has a double Job Blast, and it's really very powerful compared to the Job Blast. And he has a new limited mementos, this one, also very powerful for him. Especially it increases the overall damage, and then with the critical damage up, and then with the BG ability. As well as his main ability is also very powerful. Okay, this third skill, this fourth skill, and this fifth skill is very powerful. And this skill is a boss killer. As you can see, it knocks the opponent's shield, and it knocks the defense, and with the 6 hit, Dark Pierce, and it's 100% hit. So it's very good for the evasion unit, and with the property of critical. And then if he activates this Shura no Kyoji, the overall damage increase, and with the 2 count death sentence. Yeah, it's really very good for PvP as well. And this skill is also very good, and it's 100% hit. But this and this skill, it consumes his HP, so you cannot keep using these 2 skills, otherwise he may die very easily. But then, if you have this accessory from the new mementos, this one, if his HP is below by 50%, there isn't any HP cost for his main ability, and with the dual regen. So it's really very good to maintain his HP less than 50%, as well as you also can switch around with his gear. This gear and this gear is also very good for him, and then this is also very good for him. Yeah, so basically he has 5 gear plus this one, but this is an outdated accessory, so either you use this one or this one, or this one or this one or this one will be the best for him. And then about the side ability, you also can switch around with the Holy Barrier or his main job, this one, also very powerful, and it permanently increases his physical attack and soul, and then with the 2 guts. So depending on the situation, this is also very good, especially for PvP. But you only can use 1 time, so beware. And then with the pierce resistance down and can be stacked 2 times. So if you are not using any Charge Time 5, this will be the good side ability to use. So in short is, Kudan is a very powerful physical attacker, seriously. And he is also very good against a raid boss and PvP. But the minimum requirement is, you need to unlock his double Job Blast in order to use him. But then the limited mementos is optional, but it's good to have it. And this old mementos is very good for the leader skill. Try to get these mementos. And then next is Mr. Zahar. And then he is a very powerful physical attacker, DBS, raid boss killer, anything you call. And then his ranking is about this. And I assume that many players should know this guy by now. He's really a very crazy guy with this Job Blast. And then first thing first is, this mementos is a must get. And it's a normal mementos, so it's very good. And then why I say this mementos is a must, not only it increases his overall status like physical attack and strong versus light and soul, but the best part is, when you max break these mementos, it added as well the skill usage +1, so that you can use his most powerful attack another 1 more time. And then second thing is the BG ability. Not only it increases speed by using the clock up, but when you max break these mementos, it added extra during the clock up status, all of his dual cost reduced and can be stacked. So for example, if you are using this skill for 3 times for maximum, all of his dual cost will be very low, especially for his last 2 skill. These 2 skill, as you can see, the dual cost is 70 and the dual cost is 100. It's really a very costly skill, but then when you use the skill for 3 times, the dual cost is about 10 or 8, I forgot. Then this dual cost is about 10 or 11. Yeah, it's really very cheap. And then you can use 2 times and 3 times. Yeah, so total you can use a 5 times super powerful attack. Right now he has a 7 gate, so it increases his physical attack and slash attack. And then in future, it will further increase his overall attack, as well as another new additional laser ability. So he will have another new skill in future. So I'll be looking forward about the new skill, and I assume it will be a very powerful skill, especially against a raid boss, big damage. So I guess that's all about Zahar. Okay, next is Reidou, and he's a magic slash attacker, and his ranking is about this. Anyway, His attack power is based from the physical attack and magic attack. So total is about 2000, not really that bad. And then he's really best specialized in Hell Quest, especially solo or multi-solo. Because of the surprise ability, this one, when he kills any enemy, it will permanently increase his physical attack, magic attack, dex and speed. So the more he kills, the more powerful he becomes. But provided there's many enemies within the map, if there's only 1 or 2 enemies, it will be very useless, of course. And then about his main ability, as you can see, beside this and this skill, all of the other skill there's no dual cost, but instead it using his HP. So if he don't have any HP, you cannot use the skill. But good thing is, this skill is a HP drain, so once he doesn't have any HP, you can use this skill to recover his HP. But the dual cost is 135. It's not so cheap, but then it is a big AoE, 4x3. So he can drain many enemies within the area. But your ally will be getting the damage as well, so beware. And then it's really very good to get his mementos. Because of the memento skill, this one, it is a HP regen, 10% I think. So basically he's more suitable for the Hell Quest or the quest that has many enemies. If you want to fight the raid boss, please use Zahar or Dios, those kind of character, or even Kudan. Okay, next is Albea. And then she is a long range shooter and her ranking is about this. Anyway, she's quite specialized in arena or PvP or some of the Hell quests thanks to the main ability. Well, as you can see, she inflicts the enemy with the blind status and paralyze and lowers the evasion, and then the damage increase when the opponent have the best status, and then with the CT unify and interrupts the cast time, and then with the ignore the shield and defense, and then with the dual drain and 100% hit when she kills the enemy with this skill. So it's really a PvP oriented skill. As well as, if you have these mementos, it will permanently increase her physical attack, dex and speed for 10 times for every action turn. So basically after 10 turns, her overall power increase and she'll be quite fast, as well as the gear is also very good. Well, it greatly increases her speed, and with the blind and stun resistance is good, and then with the weapon ability is also very good, greatly increase her attack and reduce her dual cost. And you can start with the physical attack buff and dex buff, and with the shooting attack buff. So it's highly recommended for those players who like to play PvP or rank battle, especially she's very good with the Ryui, another limited character. And then next is our all-time favorite Soul, and he's a magic attacker with some of the shooting attack, and his overall ranking is well, one word to describe about Soul, he is a game breaker unit. Yeah, seriously, game breaker. Why I say game breaker? Since when he get the job plus, until now, he is really very powerful. Yeah, not say a cheat unit, but it's almost a cheat unit to me. And then right now he has 3 mementos, as you can see, 1, 2, 3. But these 2 mementos is for the normal use. This mementos is for PvP use or arena. Because, as you can see, with the elemental resistance and guts. Yeah, and then also increase the stun resistance. Yeah, it's very good. And with the magic attack up and non-type attack up, okay, it's good. But the best part is Alchemy Freeze. Yeah, he can use Alchemy Freeze. Even though it's a 50%, but Alchemy Freeze. And then for the 3 turns, not 2 turns, his casting time greatly reduced. So basically his magic is almost an instant cast if you equip with one of the passive. And then this gear is also very good. Well, as you can see, magic attack plus 70. And then also increase the all attack. And with the strong versus a human. Okay, it's fine. But the weapon ability is when he have any magic attack buff, it will further increase the magic attack. So for example, if you are using Letitia, instead of 120%, it will become 180%. Yeah, for 3 turns. And with the accuracy up and bad status resistance up. So for the 3 turns, he is also very good against the evasion unit. if the opponent evasion is not that high. And then third thing is, right now he has the 7 gate. Yeah, so what if he have the new additional skill, and then with the status, and then with the good skill of the Lost Brew, and blah blah blah. I think he will become a godly character. So I guess there's nothing to talk about Soul, but then the only one weak point is, I think is this. When you're using this skill, he will transform into the horse unit, but it's only for 3 turns, and then nowadays, some of the unit is 5 turns, and even 8 turns. So 3 turns is a bit too short, but you can use this weapon ability for 2 times. So maybe in future, they may have the adjustment for this weapon ability, instead of 3 turns, become 5 turns. Then other than that, I think there's nothing much. So next is also our favorite character, Nero, and she's a magic attacker, and her ranking is about this. Anyway, same as Soul, she's also another broken unit, but then when she first released in this game, she's not really that broken, but once her mementos release, after 2 months I think, this one, she suddenly become very powerful because it reduces the cast time and with the buff turn +1, and then with the magic attack and with the status attack, so it's very good for arena and PvP. Okay, this is not the end. And this memento skill, it reduces the cast time again, so total will be about 40%, and then the weapon ability is also very powerful, and same goes to the BG ability, there is no cast time, it's an instant cast. So usually if she using the main ability, this one from the start, even if you are using auto, most likely the BG ability or weapon ability, the damage is about 20k, it's really very high. So as long as the enemy is not like those characters like Naofumi or Mozen or even Beteru, those kind of character or Crore, those high HP character, more or less is a 1 hit 1 kill, other than the evasion unit. And then what's more, if you are using PvP, you can use this charge times 3 for the magic attack. And then with the mementos, instead of 1 turn become 2 turns. Yeah, it's really very good. So basically is, if you guys have Nero, please get these mementos as soon as possible, if you can. Yeah, without the mementos, the Nero is not really that powerful. Okay, next is Iwatani Naofumi. And then he is a collaboration unit from the Tate no Yusha or Hero Shield, and he's a limited unit, and he's a tank unit. And his overall ranking is, well, he can do nothing but tank. Yeah, seriously. As you can see, the physical attack is only 100. Magic attack is only 81. Yeah, but the physical defense and magic defense is about this high, can be even higher, and the HP is about this high. And then right now he's also one of the top class tank, thanks to the target provoke, this one, from this ability. It is a whole map target provoke, so that all of the enemy will be keep attacking Naofumi. After when you're using this skill, you can use this skill to reduce all types of damage for 1 turn, and then with the jewel recover for the next turn. So basically, you can use this and repeat. Yeah, as a tank. But of course, you also can use the attack, like for example this one, strong poison status, and then this one, with the curse healing disable and reduce the opponent physical attack and physical defense. And this skill damage is quite high because it's based from the physical defense, as well as he also can buff up your ally or parameter increase for 3 turns, but it's only for 1 ally. And then next is the passive. You can switch around with this and this passive. This passive is from the start of the map, 3 turns, he will automatically use the target provoke. So it's quite good for PvP and arena and some of the hell quests. But then, other than that, it will be very good to equip this one to greatly increase his HP and physical defense and magic defense. And then another one more thing is, it is very good to get these mementos. Yeah, it's a must. Because not only it increases his overall status, but the best part is the BG ability. It will permanently increase his physical defense and magic defense and all attack for 10 times when he getting any damage. So basically is, as long as the enemy keep attacking him, his defense will be increased, and end of the day, his defense will be very high, super high. But right now, his only weakness is, if the opponent is using the enough defense or shield, he may get kills very easily after that, so beware. Other than that, he's a God provoked tank. Okay, next is Ryui, and she's a limited creator, and then she's a super long range shooter, and then her ranking is about this. Anyway, her attack power is based from magic attack and dex, so both is not really that bad. And then why I say she's a super long range shooter, because of this support ability. It increased the shooting range plus 4, okay. And then second thing is this one. Yeah, for every turn, it increases another shooting range plus 2, and maximum is plus 6 after 3 turns. So basically 6 plus 4 is 10. But this is only limited for 3 turns, so beware, and she cannot move at all. So it's very good for PvP and Arena. And then I haven't done yet. This Mementos is not unlimited, and when you max break these Mementos, it added as well another shooting range plus 1. Yeah, so total will be plus 11. Okay, plus 11. And then, plus this side ability, last skill, even though it only applies to the one attack, but it also increases her shooting range plus 1. So total will be plus 12. And then her default shooting range is 4. So total will be 16. Why this? Shooting range is 1/6. And then why she's also very specialized in PvP or Arena is also because of her main ability. Well, for this second skill, it is 100% hit with the bind status. Yeah, it's very good. And then this is also very good with the support disable status. So if you are fighting against those support units like Nero or Elizabeth or Natari or even Margaret or even Leticia, those characters, so that all of them cannot use any buff, and then also cannot use any clock status and bad status on your allies. Also very good. And then if the opponent is using any magic attack, this reaction ability will 100% activate, and it is a HP drain about 60 to 70% I think, and push away the opponent 2 square away, but then the minimum shooting range is 4. So like for example, if the enemy is using any magic attack from close range, it will not activate. So this reaction ability is very good for those long range magic attacker, like for example Nero or Soul or even Tifareto. Yeah, Tifareto is a magic attack damage. And what's more, this reaction ability can extend the shooting range. So for example, with the shooting range of 12, so the shooting range will be plus 18, almost the whole map. Yeah, so even Tifareto or even Labina, those characters, can counter with this HP drain. So for example, Tifareto cannot kill Ryui with one shot, most likely Tifareto will be in big trouble. And then if you have this accessory, for the one turn, all of the magic attack damage will reduce by half, and all bad status resistance up. So for example, if the Tifareto is using her most powerful attack from the start, most likely Ryui will not get kills so easily. So basically in short, Ryui is very powerful in Arena and PvP. Okay, next is Hito Shura, and he's a collaboration unit from the Shin Megami Tensei 3, and he's a limited creator, and then he's a jack of all trades, means he can do almost everything, and his overall ranking is well, right now as you can see there's 2 jobs. This is for the physical attacker job, and this is for the magic job. So basically if you decide to use his physical attack, switch to this job. But then, since this is a physical job, his maximum jewel is only just 25%. Compared to this one, magic job, the maximum jewel will be 100%. And then why I say he's a jack of all trades? Because he can do almost everything. He can attack with physical, or magic, or heal your ally, or buff your ally, or debuff your enemy, or status the attack, or blah blah blah. He can do almost everything. And in order to do that, you need to equip this accessory just for him. As you can see, it greatly increases his overall status. Yeah, different accessory increase different kind of status. And then different accessory have the different weapon ability. Some is a physical attack weapon ability, and some is a magic attack, and then some is a HP recover, and so and so. So compared to the other units, you can truly customize him. to your liking. Whether you want him to be an attacker, or tank, or buffer, or debuffer, or healer. And then last thing is, same goes to the Naofumi and some of the collaboration creator. He is a Grandi Grad creator from the step 5. So compared to the other collaboration creator, he is much more easy to train. And he is also very powerful at the same time. So try to get all of his accessory, especially the mementos is also very good for him. Okay, next is... Okay, from this point, I'm going to do it a very short and sweet. For some of the creator I didn't mention just now. Okay, let's go. Ikimasho. Sabaleta. And then he is a free unit from the main story chapter 1. And his ranking is about this. Anyway, right now he doesn't have any job plus yet. But then he is very good in PvP. Because of this weapon, you can summon the demons for 5 turns, and the attack skill is quite powerful and it's 100% hit. And then if you are using Nero buff and some of the attack buff, I think you can almost one hit one kill the opponent. But the only weakness is, if the opponent is using Naofumi or Sabaru or Plateru, those kind of character, it will be useless, so beware. Okay, next is Anastasia. And then she is a physical attacker, and her ranking is something like this. Well, she's not really that weak right now, but she's a soul starter because you need to use the main ability, this skill, for 7 times, so that her physical attack will be super high, and this buff is a permanent buff, so it's quite good. Okay, next is Rosa, and she's a physical attacker as well. And her ranking is about this. Anyway, she is a slash plus jump attacker. And her overall damage is not really that bad. And with the property of critical. But then her 5-star mementos is limited, so beware. Okay, next is Grants. And then she is a 4-star unit with a job plus. And her ranking is about this. Well, she is quite specialized in PvP and some of the hell quests, thanks to the status attack, especially with this accessory, with the changes of blind status of all attack from these mementos. And then next is Golumalas, or Jack Sparrow fake version, or Blackbeard fake version, and then his ranking is about this. Anyways, he's very good against those enemies who have high resistance because most of his attack is non-type attack, as well as you also can use the charge time tree with a higher attack. And then somehow he can survive the enemy's attack because of the HP drain and the elemental resistance up from the master ability, and then with this accessory equipped. Okay, next is Jin, and then his ranking is about this. Anyway, he has a minor adjustment from the new year, this year, with the new limited mementos. And then with the memento skill, he has the ability to break the opponent's shield, so he's quite good in PvP and some of the hell quests, especially for those enemies who keep using the shield. Okay, next is Priscilla, and then her ranking is about this. Anyway, right now she doesn't have any job plus yet, so I assume in future, when she get the job plus, I think it will be this Holy Spearman because of this illustration, and most likely she will become one of the DBS. Okay, next is Bashini, and he's one of the main creators from the Sacred Stone, as well as future Holy Commander, and his overall ranking is... Well, right now, even though he doesn't have any job plus yet, but in future, about 1 or 2 months later, he will get his job plus officially. And then most likely he will become a very powerful evasion attacker with charge time 5 Holy Power Shura. Okay, next is Noi, and then he's one of the Beta Templar unit, but he's a normal unit. And then his ranking is about this. Anyway, Noi is still quite powerful, especially he has the charge time 5, so that he has a massive damage on the enemy, and then he is also quite good in arena and PvP as well. But then, this job is still a samurai job, so in future this will become a Blade Master enchant job, so it will further increase his overall status and with the better passive. Okay, next is Blue Kitty, and then she is a limited unit, and her ranking is about this. Anyway, she is a magic attacker, but most of her attacks is non-type attack, so she can fight against those enemies who have high resistance, as well as she also can debuff the opponent dark resistance, so that your dark unit party will have high damage. Okay, next is Beluta, and then she is also a limited unit as well, and then her ranking is about this. Well, she is very specialized in PvP and some of the Hell quests, and it's really very good to team with the shooting attacker like Reidou or Ryui or even Albea. Okay, next is Teresa, and then even though she is a limited unit, but you still can hunt her shards from the main story hard quest, and then her ranking is about this. Well, right now, even though she doesn't have any job plus yet, but then I assume her future job plus will be this Berserker job. But then right now she's still quite powerful, you still can use her as a zombie attacker, permanent guards for 1 turn, and big damage after that. Okay, next is Kuza, and then he is a limited unit as well, and his overall ranking is, well, he is a magic slash attacker, and you also can use the Recommencer side ability, this one, to debuff the light unit dark resistance so that all of your dark attacker will have higher damage, and then he also have the 100% hit skill, so it's quite good for evasion unit, but other than that it's really nothing much. Okay, next is Lakina, and then she is a limited unit with the recently job plus, and her overall ranking is, well, her attack power is based from physical attack and magic attack, so it's not bad. And then she has a physical and magic cover as well, so she's a tank unit. And then lastly is her slash and magic resistance is super high, especially if you have her new limited mementos. So in order to increase the other resistance, like shooting or pierce or strike, you need to equip with the runes or gears, either way. Okay, next is Ikasa. And then she is a limited unit, same as Lakina from the Holy Knights, and her overall ranking is, well, she is a physical attacker, and she is quite good in Hell Quest and PvP. Yeah, thanks to the Guts ability for 2 times, and if her HP is lower than 50%, her overall attack power increase, as well as the speed increase, and so. And then her reaction ability you can switch around with the HP drain or slash attack, either way. Okay, next is Dark Phantom Zai, and then he is a limited unit from the Tagadame movie, and his overall ranking is, anyway, he is a more powerful version of the normal Zai with the job plus, and it is a dark elemental instead of light. But then, if you compare with the double job plus, definitely this Dark Phantom Zai is a bit outdated, but he is quite good in PvP, but depending on which party you team with. Okay, next is Dark Phantom Crowray, and then she is a limited unit as well, same as Zai from the Tagadame movie, and her overall ranking is, well, basically same as Zai, she's a slightly powerful version of the normal Crowray with the job plus, and then she has a permanent physical defense buff and can be stacked 3 times, so her physical defense can be very high, and most of her skill is based from the physical defense. And then next is Ambrosia, and then she is a limited unit from the Genesis, and her overall ranking is, anyway, she is a magic attacker. At the same time, she also can support your ally by using the Chromancer sub ability with the Cloud Guard status, And then she also can debuff the opponent by using the Summoner Reaction ability or Elemental Resistance down. So she is also quite good in raid boss. Okay, next is Quenz, and then he is a limited unit from the Genesis, and I think he is Ambrosia brother, and his overall ranking is... Anyway, he is quite similar with the Ambrosia, except that his overall attack power is much more higher, and he also can use the Kraka status on your ally, and his reaction ability is also lowers the opponent or elemental resistance down and can be stacked 3 times. So basically it's the same as the summoner reaction ability, except that it doesn't recover the opponent HP. Okay, next is Xion, and then she is a limited unit, but compared to the other limited unit, you need to use your real money to buy her. Yeah, that's the only way. And then her overall ranking is... Anyway, she is a support unit and one of the best buffer, especially on your dark unit and slash attacker, these 2. Okay, next is Feel Not, and she is a collaboration unit from the Phantom Kill, and she is one of the Godness Killer, and her overall ranking is... Anyway, she is one of the top class physical shooter unit, but her only weakness is her shooting range is only 1 to 3. Yeah, it's not really that far, at most it's about 6 to 7. Okay, next is Li Bai, and then he is a collaboration unit from the Attack of Titans or Shingeki no Kyojin, and his overall ranking is... Well, he is a very powerful physical slash attacker, especially against a giant unit, and with the physical attack charge times 5, the overall damage greatly increase against a giant boss. And he is also very good in moving around the map with the moving skill or moving attack. Okay, next is Meliodas, and he is a collaboration unit from the 7 Deadly Sin or Nanatsu no Taizai, and he is a main character. And his overall ranking is... Well, his overall attack power is based from physical attack and magic attack, so it's not really that bad. And then he can change into the demon form for 5 turns for more powerful attack. And he also can debuff the opponent dark resistant, so it's not really that bad. Okay, next is Yagami Yori, and then he is a collaboration unit from the King of Fighters, and his overall ranking is... Anyway, he is a physical strike attacker with Alchemist Crush, and he also can debuff the opponent physical attack and with the CT down and so. And what's more, his main ability last skill is based from the critical, this one. So basically, if his critical is very high, the damage will be super high and with the chain combo. But the only weakness is, you need to wait for 5 turns for this support ability so that the overall damage increase. But after when you use the main ability this skill, it will reset again and you need to wait for another 5 more turns for the maximum damage. And he's quite good against a human unit. Okay, next is... Okay, this will be the end of the dark ranking video, and there are some characters I didn't mention, which is this character, Loli Rubros, and she is a free character you can get from one of the challenge quests, and she has a strong versus a light buff, so she's very good with all types of dark attacker, especially Zahar or Divine, those kind of character, or even Soul or Nero. And then this character is a 5-star unit, but she doesn't have any job plus yet. And this guy is a free unit you can get from the arena coin, and he has a job plus, but really nothing much, but quite specialized in PvP. And then for this Aswad, I'm looking forward on her job plus for the assassin job, seriously. And then this character as well, for the job plus. So I guess that's all about the video. Thank you for watching this video. If you guys got any question about this, please comment. See ya, sayonara.